Hi, today we are coming on a visit to my garden where I discovered so many different types of plants. After making a little recovery, I found out that all petals and all the leaves have different visual but also tactile textures that we can take advantage of and that we should try, touch, and see very carefully as we are going to make a drawing. So for example, we can start with this flower in which you can see that we have the petals, which are very soft. We can have the inside, which is very dark. It looks a little bit like if it's a bell shape, so everything is going to the center, and then some of the pistils, which are also very soft, are going to come from the outside, and they're going to have a little powder, as you can notice in there. So it's very interesting to see all the different parts of the leaf, of the petals, of the part from behind that it's going to hold the flower, and the leaves as well. This one, for example, can be very shiny and it can have some parts kind of burned after the sun. We can have also some leaves that can be quite dry, and if you can see, they actually crack if I try to press them with a little pressure because they are getting so dry. So the color, even if it can be the same plant, it's going to be very, very different, and that is also something that it's going to make our drawings look more real. So as you can see, the same plant can be shiny, lemon and dark green, and we can also have the dark brown with some holes and with the little cracks. So here I discovered a little grape plant that it's just starting to grow, and as you can see, these ones are not as shiny, not as lemon green, but they are more intense green, and you can feel the texture. Actually in the back you can see all these lines that are very, very thick. You cannot feel them as much as when you go to the front, but you can feel them when you go to the back. Also there's a stick that is the one that is holding them. So here I discovered some other plants that are quite interesting because when you feel them, they have a very furry texture. And also these lines, you can feel them as little holes or paths that move around the plant. Also you can see how they start growing from the center of the plant. Here I discovered a papaya plant which has a beautiful shape in the leaf, and also it can have different tones. So we can take advantage of that as we are making our drawings, and we can see also the center part, the center lines of our leaf. It's going to be very yellow in comparison to the rest of our plant. Also in here I discovered some leaves that have a very interesting texture. As you can see perfectly the pattern moving from side to side, as you see in here, in a diagonal shape. This is another beautiful leaf which is part of an orchid that doesn't have a flower right now, but you can see the stripes coming to the outside from the center or from the base. Also the different tones because of the texture it has, and it has a lot of volume, so there you can see all the movement of that leaf. Here I discovered one tropical plant where you can see the big leaves and also how they're usually been eaten, so that you can see the little holes and you can see how big they are.